What's going on, Tamers? It's your boy Barney, and today I'm coming at y'all with a deck profile for the deck that I placed second with at the Double Typhoon Cup at the Gamers Edge in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. If y'all want to visit that LGS, you can come out there. That's my locals, and I'd love to see y'all and play some games against y'all. Now, this deck is undefeated. I went 3-0-1, hence the undefeated. I tied against a newer player. We were 20 minutes past. We gave ourselves some time to, account for that, but we were 20 minutes past when the round had finished. So I unfortunately tied that match, but I did beat 3 people along the way. So we take second place. Anyways, before we jump into the video, let me just remind y'all that if you are a YouTube member, you'll be seeing this video early as a thanks for supporting us. So thank you very much. If you want to see these videos early, make sure you join the YouTube membership. It is $4.99 a month. You get exclusive videos, you get access to early videos, you get a discount on the DGU merch, you get to watch the podcast while we record them, you get to see some behind the scenes stuff, what we're doing for DGU and whatnot. Just a really cool way to give back to you guys for supporting us because we appreciate it. Anyways, let's jump into the video. So starting off here with our eggs, we have got our 4 Gummymon. This is pretty much just the new deck with a little bit of my spice. So we've got 4 of the new Gummymon. When attacking, if you have a green Tamer, draw 1, because we have easy ways to play Tamers now, which is super cool. I love that. So I use this for my draw engine. Definitely like having this for my draw engine. We do run a 5th egg. That 5th egg is the EX4 Kokomon. When an effect suspends one of your Digimon, you draw 1. I don't have, like, Alliance is a thing, obviously, but I don't rely on Alliance too much, so I don't run 4 Kokomon. That's why I rather the Gummymon. Now, moving on to our rookies, we run a total of 12. So, of course, in running 12, you already know that we run 4 of the new Terriermon. Terriermon is absolutely insane. It's a main effect. You may play 1 green Tamer card or 1 level 3 Digimon with Leopardmon in its name from your hand with the play cost reduced by 2. That means Leopardmon plays for 1, or you can play your memory setter for 2, or your 3 cost Tamers for 1. And then most of the Digimon in the deck have the same, I'd say like half the Digimon in the deck have the same inheritable. All turns while this Digimon is suspended, it gains 1000 DP. So insane. Terriermon this is so deserving of an SR rookie. This is really good. So of course, with the 4 Terriermon, we run 4 Leopardmon. Leopardmon is main one of your Digimon gains Alliance for the turn. That's also really good. Way better than I never thought it was bad, but like the times I was able to play this, I was like, yeah, that's good. Same inheritable as the Terriermon. Now for our other level 3s, I wanted to run Pomumon, but I rathered the consistency of running Terriermons. So we run 2 Terriermon Assistant. The reason I want a Terriermon Assistant is because I don't like the Terriermon searchers. EX4 searches for a Henry and a 2-color green Digimon. The other one searches top 5 for a Rapidmon or Gargomon. That's just 1 card. I don't like digging 5 for 1, and I run Henry, but my top end that I want to get into is monocolor green, so I don't want to bottom deck it off of that Terriermon. So I rather Terriermon Assistant, and I also really like that it is treated as a Terriermon because it combos really nicely with Double Typhoon, because you can play this out, and then if it's an Alliance target, when an effect suspends Digimon, one of your Digimon gets 4000 DP for the turn. That's really good, and I've had it come up on my Mega Gargo Ace. Being able to just get that 4k DP on the turn, if this is an Alliance target, it means it's plus 5k on a rookie is insane. And then it has the same inheritable as the EX4 Terriermon, that when Alliance suspends this Digimon, you can Digivolve into a 2-color, reducing that cost by 2. So I really do like this Terriermon over any of the other options that I could have played. And then we run 2 Memory Blocker Terriermon because I wanted to, again, up the Terriermon count because we do run the Rapidmons. And I like the synergy with Double Typhoon, and also I really like this art. This art is so beautiful. I love it. But it is also a memory blocker, which is really useful. I do value the Pomumon, but I value the name consistency more. Now moving on to our champion lineup, what we're going to talk about first is we're going to talk about our Gargomons. The reason we're going to talk about Gargomons first is because I wasn't running these in the tournament that I got second place with. This is a new addition. what I was actually running is 3 of this Wendigomon. The reason I ran 3 of this Wendigomon is because I expected to play against decks that ran Pomomons. So I said, if I'm going to play against that, I'm going to run Wendigomon, because Wendigomon lets me pop a level 3. The thing is, if I pop one of my own level 3s, then I get to replay a Terriermon or a Lopmon from my trash without paying the cost. That means I can replay Memory Blocker if it gets deleted earlier. I can play out my Terrier Assistant because it is a Terriermon, or I can play out Lopmon to give alliance to something else, or Terriermon from the starter deck that allows me to play more things out. It never came up for me, but I do acknowledge that this is still a really good card to be able to get those Pomomons out the way. So I still play it at 1 because it is also an on play. If it wasn't for that, I would have taken this card out and run 3 Gargomon. But what I'm trying out is replacing 2 of these with 2 Gargomon, because Gargomon is insane. Gargomon says, when this Digimon becomes suspended, one of your Digimon gains jamming for the turn. That means on swing, you can give itself jamming. That's just so clutch. It has the same inheritable as the other ones, and so does Wendigomon, suspended gain 1000 DP. And of course, we run the Henry for the Biomartians, also I run the Gargomon. That was actually a mistake I made during a tournament. I put the Henrys in and forgot I didn't have a Gargomon. I couldn't warp Digivolve. So that is also why we run the Gargomons. Now, we do run 3 of the BT8 Rapidmon. I don't hate this card, but I would bump this card down to 2 just so that I could run 3 Gargomon, but I don't think I need to, because it's not like I'm going to be warp Digivolving that much. I'm comfortable keeping this at 3. This is also just our efficient way of being able to get rid of those pesky little floodgates, because for each Tamer you have in play, you suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, and 3 of their suspended gets minus 5 KTP for the turn. This Rapidmon is still really good. I don't think I need to say anything more. Of course, because we run that, you already know we gotta run it. We run 4 of the new Rapidmon. This new Rapidmon is insane. It has block, it has armor purge, it says all turns. If it blocks, no, it's not if it blocks, it's when it becomes suspended. You neg one of your opponent's Digimon and all of their security Digimon minus 4 KDB for the turn. That means if this is an alliance target, boom, you can potentially kill a Digimon, and then you can also neg security Digimon. That means if you are swinging like Lopmon, for example, I mean, it doesn't even have to be Lopmon. It literally is whatever. This is you're gonna get the 7K from alliance, but then you're also gonna neg 4K. That means this is technically an 11K swing. Like, it's plus 11K, which is just super clutch. And then of course, while it's suspended, it gains 1000 DP. Love this Rapidmon, super clutch for the deck. Next up, we've got 2 of the Antilomon from EX4. The reason I decided on this is because I had a friend of mine tell me that the EX4, I guess good Antilomon isn't good for the deck, because the end of attack recover 1 if you have 3 or less doesn't come up as much, and the DP neg also doesn't come up. And I was like, okay, I mean, I guess that's fair. What I really like about this card is that end of the attack, you play out your Terriermon and Lopmon from trash, but also as the inheritable, you can return cards from trash to your hand, which for this deck, it's not like insane, it's just good. But in general, to have that kind of purple aspect and be able to return cards from trash to hand that you've already used, that's good. That's really good. So I do like this card at 2. Of course, it has alliance as well. I only run it at 2 because we've got to run 4 of the absolutely insane Rapidmon from the starter deck. This Rapidmon is insane because it is the Digivolve 1, but if you have a green Tamer in play, it gains immunity to deletion effects as well as bounce effects. It can't be deleted by your opponent's effects, it can't be bounced to hand, it can't be bounced to deck. That's insane. that is so good. All turns when it deletes a Digimon, when this Digimon deletes a Digimon in battle, trash top card of their security stack. On block, trash. Swing over, trash. This card is what makes the Mega Gargle Ace play so disgusting. This card, because your opponent can't do anything about it except DP neg, Chaos Deg, or Arrest or Tuck. Those 3 things, which aren't widespread. That's a yellow deck, a yellow purple control deck, still a yellow deck, and a purple, the one of purple deck. Card is insane. You have to run this one at 4 if you're playing this kind of deck. And talking about that, of course, we run that. We run 3 Mega Gargle Ace. Card is insane. I gushed about it. I've gushed about it so many times now. Blocker reboot. It's an ace. On Digivolve, suspend 2 opponents' Digimon or Tamers. Then 2 of their Digimon or Tamers can't unsuspend or Digivolve until the end of the turn. You stop hybrid for game. You can potentially just stop an attack. Like you could just say, all right, cool. Basically, like your attack goes through, but that's it, you're done. Like you can't do anything else with that stack this turn. And then when Digivolving and end of attack, you may unsuspend this Digimon, but that is a once per turn. So you cannot combo it on the gold or any Rapidmon. Like take a swing, then Digivolve, unsuspend, swing, and unsuspend. You only get that as a literal once per turn. But card is just still good. Card is still good. I'd run it at 4 if I could, to be honest, and I might. The only thing is our top end is kind of really, it's not wonky. We have a lot of cards we play here. So let's talk about it. So far, this has looked like a Typhoon deck, right? Well, it's not. This is actually a Leopardmon deck. Leopardmon is just an insanely versatile level 6. It's not locked. It's just when Digivolving in main once per turn. This is the Anubis of green. All right, this is the Anubis of green. When Digivolving in main, you may play a green or Royal Knight trait Digimon from your hand for the play cost. When it would be played by this effect, reduce the play cost by 4. Plays for 3. Not that you necessarily want to do that. You want to play this one for 3. Or you can play your Tyriamons for free. Or your entire, like, just... This card is good. When you play another Digimon, all your green and or Royal Knight trait Digimon gain blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. That also includes anything that comes into play. So if you have, let's say you Digivolve into this, you play this, they gain blocker, but then let's say for whatever reason you also play this Antilamon, it also gains blocker because it affects you, the player, all of your Digimon. It doesn't just affect the Digimon that are on the field at that time. So like I said, it's a Leopardmon deck. We run 2 of this Leopardmon, and this is where you guys might be like, what are you doing? We run 3 Leopardmon X. Now, I made this ratio change because I originally had 4 and 2, and we had some of the other ratios switched, but before the tournament started, I decided to go down to 2 Leopardmon and up to 3 Leopardmon X. The reason that I decided to do that is because Leopardmon is good, and ideally I wanted to go Leopardmon into Leopard X for the total 7 cost play cost reduction. But I realized I actually don't mind, like this is one of those X antibodies that you don't mind just going straight into Leopard X because you're still going to get the cost reduction. It's the same exact effect as when Digivolving in main. The only thing is that if you have Leopardmon or the X antibody option card in its source, you further reduce the play cost by 3. So if you go this combo, then yeah, I mean, you're playing this out for free, which is insanely good, don't get me wrong, but you don't necessarily need to do that all the time, especially not in this deck. So what I value is its removal effect. When one of your Digimon is played, not by effect, just when it's played, that means you can Digivolve this in Raising. If your opponent has you can't play Digimon by effect, that's fine. Bring this out. You play whatever, play the Lotmon, play the Tyriamon, boom. Pop the Pommelmon back to hand. Not that you necessarily want to do that, but it's fine. It's a nice way to get it out so you can facilitate your game plan. When one of your Digimon is played, you may return one of your opponent's 5k lower Digimon to the hand. For each of your other Digimon, add 3k to the maximum DP this effect can choose. So 5k by itself, you play a Digimon that's 8k. If you have another Digimon out, you play a 3rd Digimon, so you have 3 total Digimon on the field, you're bouncing 11k back to hand. Let me tell you, it got to a point where I Digivolved into this. I passed on the when Digivolving because it is a UMA, and then I played something else off of a double Typhoon, and then finally used this effect to play like what was like the 6th Digimon or something, so that I could bounce like an 18k Quartzmon back to my opponent's hand because we were in Quartz lock. Like this card is insane. That is why I run this at 3 and this at 2. This card's good. This card's insane. Now, the spicy. This is thanks to Panzer. I run 1 Imperial Ace. This card, I didn't believe. It's not that I didn't believe him. It's just that when he said it, I didn't see it. Now I see it. Now I'm like, oh my goodness. This card is insane synergy with Alliance. So playing this off of Leopard X, because it has the on play when digivolving, playing this off of Leopard X with the full play cost reduction is insane, but even just playing this ace down for 3 with either Leopardmon's effect is still really good. It's on play when digivolving, suspend one Digimon, then unsuspend one Digimon. So if you play this, suspend, unsuspend, or let's say you took a swing, you can play this, suspend, unsuspend. Why do you want to suspend this? Well, let me tell you. All turns when this Digimon becomes suspended, you may play a Tamer card or a Digimon card with 4k or less DP from your hand without paying the cost. It just facilitates more of our effects. Being able, the one combo I pulled off, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I basically played this out, suspend, play Lopmon, give Alliance, boom, Leopard X swinging, this got to unsuspend the Leopard X. It was just some insane combo like that. But this has such insane synergy with the deck. It is still a good ace to blast Digivolve into for that surprise. You know, you get to play your Tamer down, you get to play another Digimon down or something, but Hanser is right. This card is insane synergy with the deck. Last Digimon card we run, the one of Quartzmon, because it's Quartzmon and it's a green deck and it's searchable and it's Quartzmon. Do I need to explain anything more about Quartzmon? Quartzmon's insane. I guess I'll explain it. Quartzmon suspends everything on the field, all Digimon, all Tamers except itself because it's all other Digimon. Then you gain 2 memory, you gain 1 memory for every 2 suspended Digimon and Tamers. And then all turns other than this Digimon, all Digimon and Tamers don't unsuspend, which is how you can get into Quartz Lock. Because if they're both suspended, nothing unsuspends. And then when attacking, you suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. Then you trash the top part of their security for every 5 suspended Digimon and Tamers. It's Quartzmon. Quartzmon is a boss monster. Quartzmon is insane. I feel like if you play a green deck, you probably should still be running one Quartzmon. Moving into our options, 2 agility training. Sometimes I'd like to have more side space, i.e. a 60 card deck. I'd run more than 2 agility training, but unfortunately we only have enough space to run 2, so we just run 2 agility training. The reason we run 2 agility training is because double Typhoon is insane. Double Typhoon, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. Let me backtrack. Sorry. Let me explain agility training for those who might be watching and doesn't know what it does. Reveal top 2 cards of your deck, add 1, bottom deck the other. It's specifically add 1 green card, bottom deck the other. So if you're playing an off-color deck, if you reveal a black and a green, you can only add the green card, you bottom deck the black card. If you reveal 2 black cards on this, you bottom deck them both. And then the delay effect is that you can digivolve one of your Digimon, reducing the cost by 2. So this makes your champions free most times, or Rapidmon 1, and it makes your ultimates cost 1, and it makes your megas cost 1 to 2, depending which one you're digivolving into. So that's why it's good, and I'd run more if I could. Now, Double Typhoon, insane card. It is a searcher, it's just an extra searcher. This is why I'm okay with not running the Typhoon searchers. Reveal top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 green Digimon and 1 such Tamer, i.e. 1 green Tamer, among them to your hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck, then place this card in battle area. Delay effect is to play a Typhoon or Lopmon from your hand without paying the cost. That means you can play out your Alliance Lopmon when you have all of your setup and you don't have that Lopmon out, and boom, now you can just give something Alliance. Really good. Security effect, suspend 2 of your opponent's Digimon. Then place this card in the battle area. This card is Flower Cannon times 2 in security for no reason. Card is good. In this deck, this is why I don't want to run common funds, because I just want to see Terrymons and Lopmons so I can just consistently keep playing them. Card's insane. So another change we made, we were previously running a Ibanwu Ace. Ibanwu Ace is strong, but I hated not having hard removal. And this reinforces my point that every deck that I play has to have at least 1 way of hard removal. Because if I had it in that game that I bounced Quartz, if I wasn't able to bounce that Quartz, we would have just been done. So it's a good thing I ran the Leopard package, otherwise that game would have just been like literally done. Because I don't think either of us could have done anything about the opposing Quartz. Giant Missile, suspend. This card is insane. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, then return one of their suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. One of their Digimon can't unsuspend until the end of their turn. If you hit this card in security, that means you just attack, right? If you have another Digimon, you can suspend that other Digimon, bottom deck the Digimon that's attacking, and then say that the other Digimon can't unsuspend. What? What? Card's insane. I'd love to run more. Space tight. Like I said, I was running a Bonwu Ace in its place. On Ace is good. Space is tight. Now our Tamers. This wouldn't be a green deck if we didn't run 2 Mimi. Mimi is arguably the queen of green. She is, if you have a level 5 or higher, tap her, you get another breeding phase, meaning that you can either hatch or move a level 3 or higher to the breeding area. We play 2 because tap, hatch, digivolve, tap, raise is really good because that Digimon can swing because it wasn't played this turn. It was digivolve. We run 2 of her. I would never run more. Thought about running 1. I don't really want to run 1 though. We play 1 dual tamer. We play the Mimi and Joe. I ran this at 2. I don't hate it at 2, but space is tight. The reason I run this and not the other one is because, first of all, I don't like that gotcha game. I don't like swinging and potentially whiffing. I prefer to just get that constant memory gain. It's start of your turn. If you have a suspended Digimon gain of memory, if your opponent has a suspended Digimon gain of memory, that is before the unsuspend phase, that is before reboot occurs. That means if I swing or I block or something, and then my opponent does the same thing, I'm gonna gain 2 memory. So I like this because you can facilitate your own effects. All turns when one of your green or blue Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, you may suspend this tamer to draw 1. That means blocker, right? Basically what that means. Blocker, swinging over. I really like this. I'd love to run this at 2 if I had space. I just don't know where, because we run 2 Henry Wong from the starter deck. Start of main, if your opponent has a Digimon gain of memory. I really do like and appreciate those effects. And then it's your bio merge. You can tuck this tamer, 1 Gargomon and Rapidmon from your trash under one of your Terriermon to digivolve into a Mega Gargomon in hand for a cost of 4, and that Digimon gains rush for the turn. That's why I really like having the double Typhoon and all Terriermons, and as well as the Antilamon, because I can recycle my Terriermons back from trash. I'll have them for double Typhoon. I can then use double Typhoon to play my Terriermon. Henry then gets the bio merge. It'll gain rush for the turn. Oh, is my Mega Gargo in trash? That's okay. Antilamon to bring it back. So that's the deck. I was, like I said, I was running a second one of this. So what the changes were is this was like this, 2 tamers. I don't know what else I put in here to run the additional Ibonwu Ace. I was running 6 tamers. I was running like 10 level 6s because 5 of them were aces. This is the deck as it is now. There's not too many changes that have occurred, but this is where I'm comfortable with the deck. Honestly, the linchpin of the deck for me is Leopard X. Leopardmon and Leopard X just enable the insane board spam. Being able to play out the Lopmon, get the Alliance, if you can digivolve and keep turn with this Rapidmon. I mean, you have 18k Alliance swing, or just there's so much synergy with this deck. It's insane. I love the way that this deck plays, and honestly, I enjoyed this deck a lot more than I thought I was going to for a green event. A lesson to y'all, try the decks. If you don't like a certain color, just give it a try. You never know what you might like. I appreciate these events from Bandai because I never would have thought I liked this deck as much as I did. I have now adopted it as my main green deck, which is funny because I do really like green as color, but green has never liked me. And this is a deck that I'm like, oh my goodness, yes, this is my green deck. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of this deck in the comments. What changes would you make? What do you think of the deck? Drop a like on this video and also subscribe so that you know when future videos come out. Until I talk to you guys the next time. Peace out.